Coming up next, more detractor content and after that Dragon Ball Z, only on Toonami.
Alright everyone, so obviously DSP had a huge freak out over this weekend. I was actually watching a little bit of Meerkat's stream where he was restreaming it, and I ended up stopping because I felt like I wanted to react to it as well. Now normally, you know, with my videos I kind of chop things up and give a little opinion here and there, but with this, because Snort Hogan has the whole clip, what I wanted to do was kind of do a live react. This is going to be the first time I actually really try doing a live react, so I hope it turns out alright. Anyway, let's get into this. Big ups Snort, big ups Meerkat. Alright, here we go.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Snort, snort, snort. Tell you, drip. Snort, snort. I got the drip. Yeah.
Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to the show. It is Sunday, the 2nd of June, 2024, and of course, I'm Darkside Phil, and I welcome you here to DSP Gaming for another episode of the podcast. And today, I basically want to have a really important and open discussion with everyone, alright? I feel like right now, we're in the midst of a mix of content. Some of the content is working, and some is not. And what we need to do is figure out what I should actually be doing, arguably for the next 2.5 to 3 weeks, until the Elden Ring DLC Shadow of the Erdtree comes out. I think we can all collectively agree Shadow of the Erdtree is one of, if not the biggest thing happening this year in gaming. It's definitely the thing that most people want to see me play at this point. And we got a few weeks to kill. Now, the good news is, we do have some other stuff coming up. For example, this coming Friday, Summer Game Fest. I'll be covering it live on my React channel. I'll be doing a recap reactions video to that. The Xbox Direct coming Sunday. I'll be covering that live and doing a recap reaction. So we have some content coming that's going to break up the non-stop gaming and add a little bit of variety. Undoubtedly, after those events, there may actually be some updates in regards to game releases, and maybe even some surprise drops. That usually happens, usually around once a year, especially around Summer Game Fest time, which used to be E3 time, by the way. We'll have some surprise like game drops during that time frame because of them being announced and getting hype around them. Usually smaller games, but it's usually fun. You get one or two like games you never heard of that all come out, and then you can check them out like during that week to 2 weeks, the first couple weeks of June, right? So I know for a fact. I'm trying to center the camera, by the way, if you can't tell. I know for a fact.
No, I couldn't. Thank you for
content coming. The question is
clarifying. I'm blind, actually. Thanks.
All right. So we're gonna have an honest discussion about it, starting with talking about how yesterday went, because yesterday I played both Multiverses and Hades 2. Okay, and I feel like we're in a situation where there's options, but the options aren't clear what to do. All right. Allow me to outline what's going on, particularly this year of 2024, because today is now June 2nd. So we are almost halfway through the year. We're halfway through at the end of June, but 5+ months into the year. Honestly, can you name me the top 10 games of this year? Can you even name 10 games that would be a Game of the Year contender in 2024? I'm having a hard time this year finding games that will even keep my interest.
That has... Alright, I'm gonna let him go a little bit more.
You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it was release timing, whether it was just too much more of the same, whether it was games that were just utter disappointments, okay? There's just been really bad timing around games.
So that's completely like a subjective issue. Like, that's your own personal issue that if you have not found anything that you would consider like top 10 game of the year so far. But I don't... He always uses this as like some like weird argument as to why his streams are doing so bad. Like, there needs to be a unification of the game, like of gamers, to somehow make his business do better. Game releases come out to appeal to different people. Everybody's going to have a different top 10 list. There's a decent amount of games that have come out this year. Some people might like Pal World. Some people might like Helldivers. I'm playing Unicorn Overlord currently. I'm enjoying that. Has DSP ever talked about Unicorn Overlord? Absolutely not. There's a number of games that come out. None of what he's currently saying really matters, or what he's about to say, because I did watch this part a little bit with Meerkat. But I don't know, like halfway through the year, and I thought he liked Yakuza. I thought he said Yakuza would be considered one of the Game of the Year contenders for him, or something like that.
Games, and just it hasn't been a great year. Usually, here on DSP Gaming, in a given year, you can point out all the big releases coming out and say, these are the ones I'm really excited to see Phil play and I'm anticipating them, correct? Same for me. These are the games that I'm anticipating playing this year. This year, every time someone asks me that question, I'm like, I really don't know. You know?
I don't think that's true at all.
I don't know what to say.
I don't think that's true.
These games don't stand out. The ones that you try end up kind of not being...
Because he was super into Final Fantasy. He was super hyped for Final Fantasy. He was super hyped for Yakuza. Now, all of a sudden, he's like, oh, I couldn't name like a game that I was excited for suddenly.
Good as you hoped, or they fizzle out, or they just don't retain an audience. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different for me than a common person who just plays a video game. Not only do I have to entertain myself with a game,
you entertain yourself every day before stream.
And that's
I bet.
Challenging, especially when this year there have been way too many of the same style of game, i.e., lengthy ass RPGs that all came out within about a 3 to 4 month period, back to back. They all killed themselves off. Like a Dragon Infinite Well, Persona 3 Reload, that Grand Blue RPG, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Dragon's Dogma 2, and that's just a few. There's like another 5 in there that I didn't even mention. Within like 3 months, they just killed each other's momentum. It was so hard to entertain any kind of interest on these long-form RPGs. And the one that I finished, Like a Dragon, I got yelled at the entire time for even finishing. So, I had more interest.
That's because you don't have an RPG-centric audience. Like, I don't know why he hasn't learned that yet. Like, regardless if he likes RPGs or not, he hasn't cultivated an audience to give him, to support that, nor has he done anything to actually invite people who are into RPGs to watch his content. Like, if you can be an RPG-centered YouTube channel, but DSP, like, you have to bring something to the table that helps you stand out, and DSP doesn't do any of that. So that's why your audience is yelling at you, because you have too much of a wide net. So only some RPG people are going to stick around, and everybody else is going to complain.
This year so far, on the fighting game content I did with Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6, with the Return to Elden Ring playthrough, with the Another Crab's Treasure playthrough, right? And with Fallout 4, than I have with anything else this year. That includes all new releases that I tried to play. They just didn't work, okay? And this is an oddity, because usually in the early part of the year, we got a ton of big giant games. Just last year, you had Hogwarts Legacy, which admittedly didn't retain interest the whole way through, but still had a humongous hype beginning. Resident Evil 4 Remake, really great horror remake with new content, you know, was really great. And that's just off the top of my head, 2 giant games that everyone loved. I can't tell you one this year. None. 0. Right? So because of that...
that shouldn't matter. That really shouldn't matter.
Make decisions on what we're going to be playing on this channel. And I keep asking you guys for honest feedback. And, you know, I get different kinds of feedback from time to time. And, you know, one of the things that over the years people have always asked me for was variety and covering the styles of games that usually I ignore. A lot of people have said that one of the big things and problems with DSP Gaming is that I don't cover the small-scale games ever, right? I always cover the big ones. But I never really go to the indie market. You never see me playing these small games that get viral popularity. I tried to change that this year. I played Helldivers, correct? And it blew up in popularity. I played it for a while, and then what happened? It fizzled out. We played it for about a month. It got repetitive and boring. And as of now, there's no new content for it. You know, I'm still following it. They haven't really updated it in a while, and people are actually starting to criticize the game, saying that they might kill their own game if they don't start updating it because there's nothing new to do in it.
I mean, I haven't seen any of that. Granted, I've also not been paying attention to, like, the Helldiver. What a great fucking shit-looking face. I haven't seen any of that, though I don't really follow stuff on social media too much, besides, like, the whole debacle with, like, the PlayStation Network ID or PlayStation ID situation. I think that killed a little bit of Helldiver's momentum. But, I mean, I'm sure there's still people playing Helldivers. The thing is that regardless of, like, the content that's there, that's part of the game is, like, you have to learn how to challenge yourself and get better at it. And the thing with DSP is that he never learns to challenge and get better. He just rams his head into a wall over and over. And like the few pieces of content that I saw regarding Helldivers is that he's incapable of actually, like, being good at the game. He's very dependent on his teammates to kind of, like, support him and get him to the end.
That's not good, right? So, you know, I'm doing my best. Now, one of the things people have asked for is for me to play PC games, right? Now, some people are completely misinformed, which is hilarious. They say, you've always had a PC, you just refuse to play PC games. I don't even know what you're talking about. I have a PC over there that's 10 years old, okay? When I bought it, I wanted to play, record, and stream games, and it couldn't even do it when I bought it. I'm not saying it's a lemon, it's not, but basically I had a rude awakening when I bought that PC that you can't just do everything on one rig. You essentially, if you're
People
gonna be a
do.
PC gamer,
People
you're
do.
gonna play high-end games.
People do.
You kind of either need a premium rig or you need 2 PCs. You know,
People play and stream totally fine with one machine, and especially like 10 years ago, it was something capable. People were capable of doing. He just didn't want to learn how to do it. So irrelevant, because you're incapable of learning.
so. You know, in the last year, or the last decade is what I meant to say, I have on and off played some PC games on it, and most of them end up not running so well. So we kind of just laid back and said, we're not going to do it anymore. Let's focus on console, because this PC is just not up to snuff for playing games, right? So for a lot of people who say things like, oh, he just ignored PC gaming, that's baloney. I would have done PC games. That was my intention when I bought this PC 10 years ago. It didn't work out. It wouldn't even play like Rage, which was the game that I tried when it first launched. It didn't even run well on this. It was choppy. So what do, right? Anyway. So fast forward to the present day, I have a mini PC, right? This was donated to me last year, and quite honestly, I haven't really implemented it yet. I always intended I was going to do this kind of content on it. This is going to be a whole new audience for me. People have said over the years, this is the style of gaming you ignore. Why do you ignore it? You should totally be playing indie games and more PC-centric games, and now you have a mini PC that will run them. Not to say it's going to run high-end games. It's not. Anything graphically intensive, it probably won't run. But why don't you dabble more in indie games, right? So we've been waiting, and we just had that opportunity. We did an Indies Marathon a little over a week ago. It went well, right? I had a great time. We picked out 3 games during the marathon that said, hey, these could all be future playthroughs that I did. Correct? I mean, this all happened. I didn't, imagine any of this. This has all been happening over the last decade. People saying, I don't play enough PC stuff. I ignore it. That's unfortunate. Please implement that into my content. And I haven't really had opportunity to do so. Now I have opportunity to do so. Correct? Okay. Fair enough. We can all agree that this has all happened. I didn't, just invent this in my head. I'm not hallucinating, right? Now, in addition to that, people have said that I should try to play games as soon as they come out. Don't wait. Jump on a game as soon as it's out, because that's when the iron is hot or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And with PC games, that's my problem, is that I just never did that. I always waited, and I would play stuff late. Like Helldivers 2, I waited a couple of months to play it. Well, you know what? Admittedly, I was misinformed on the game. I was told you can't play it solo, that you need a team. Apparently.
Well, but you don't research anything yourself. You listen to your chat, and you don't look into anything. And I've stated this in the video, where I was talking about your 10 year, you waited 10 years to try to play Fightcade, and then you got mad at your audience for not bringing anything up earlier. You are constantly crippling yourself because you're lazy. You're just a fucking bum. You're such a bum. You don't want to look into anything. You don't want to do any research. You just want everyone to spoon feed you shit out of their ass, basically. That's what you want. You want to be spoon fed. You want everyone to hold your hand, to tell you how to do your job, how to look into things. Everyone has to work for you. But then I don't know, man. This man's logic makes no goddamn sense to me.
Apparently I was misinformed, because now I know you could just jump in, jump out, drop in, drop out. I didn't know that. Now I know that. And, in a lot of ways, it's very hard to get an education on every single game that's out there now, because there's misinformation and people represent them differently than you would
you can look into it yourself.
I need to know what a game is before I can even decide if I'm going to play it or not. And
it's super easy to do.
I would have played Helldivers 2 earlier if I had known that I could have played it the way that I did play it. I thought that you needed a dedicated team and it was basically unplayable without talking, and that's not the case, okay? But anyway.
And look at this. Sleepy Squid says, you rely too much on other people for information. And this person is subbed, I think. I don't know. Actually, I forget how Snow Hogan does it, but I'm pretty sure this is DSP's chat right here.
Oh, being told, strike when the fire's hot, play when the games are new, right? All right, fair enough. I'll make an effort to do that, right? So, the situation that we're in right now, all right? Fallout 4 is doing decently. It's not doing amazingly, but it's doing decently. It's bringing in that crowd of chill vibe style gamers who want to hang back and be entertained by a relaxing game. That's a classic to them. A game I've only played once, so it's my second exposure to the game, which is great. It's not like I know everything about the game. It looks amazing now with my new setup and everything.
Because
we're having a good interactive time when I play it. You know what I'm saying? It does well. It's doing decently. Every time I play it, good crowd comes out, regulars and supporters. So it's working in the rotation. Street Fighter 6. It's working, but it's working for a certain crowd. The fighting game crowd. Those who are interested to see me either play competitive games online or fighting games in particular. It's not everybody. I know probably about half my audience doesn't care about fighting games, and that's because for a decade, I basically didn't care about fighting games, right? In the last year, I have gotten way back into the competitive arena of fighting games. I'm better now, and now I have a
That's misinformation, I feel like, as well. Like, you didn't care about modern fighting games, so you weren't in the quote-unquote competitive scene, or what was, like, active at the time, but you were still playing Street Fighter 2, you were playing Darkstalkers, you were playing, like, all the Capcom, like, re-releases. You weren't just not playing fighting games. That's very, very bad misinformation. Intentional misinformation. And trying to be like, oh, like, I came back out of nowhere. No, you were playing fighting games.
Equally awesome setup where I can actually play at a higher level because of no input lag. And I get it, some people don't care, but some people do. Street Fighter is working. Whenever I play it, people show up, and people are supporting Street Fighter in general, so that's working, okay? So I have no complaints about Fallout 4, Street Fighter. Every once in a while, you're having an odd night or an odd stream where, you know, attendance is lower, support is lower, but that's just par for the course of any business. It's fine, okay? For me, it's filling in the other gaps, okay? It's filling in the other gaps. I don't know what else to fill in. What do I do to fill in the other time slots for gameplay between these games? I can't just play Fallout 4 and Street Fighter 6 constantly for the next 2 weeks, right?
You could.
So, seeing everything that was...
Why couldn't you just complete your Fallout 4 playthrough and then move on to another game? Like, why does everything have to be broken up for so long? No other content creator plays games as long as he does. And then he goes, oh, well, people just rush through it. No, people know how to utilize their time better, so they're not playing the same game 10 months later, 6 months later, like this idiot does.
Going on, and hearing everyone's feedback, right? Basically, people say, play things when they're new, branch out and play a bigger variety of games. Okay, great, sounds good. I got a mini PC, let's play Hades 2 right now. It just dropped. It's literally white hot popular against the PC gaming crowd. PC gamers are into it right now, and it's brand new. It just came out a few weeks ago, okay? What about Multiverses? It literally just dropped, not even a week ago, right? It's brand new. It's something to explore, okay? So, I am playing the new stuff, all right? At the same time that I'm saying all of this, all right? There is a mentality among people, all right, that I should just play whatever I want. Like, I mean, Phil, I don't know why you ask these questions for feedback or whatever. I just don't, because you should just be playing whatever you want. If you play whatever you want, you're going to enjoy yourself, you're going to be entertained, it's going to come through in the content, people are going to like it, and it's all going to work out, right?
It's a business.
That's the feedback I get, right? Okay, fair enough. So, let's talk about what's going on currently. Fallout 4, Street Fighter 6 doing well. Multiverses. I tried to play it on launch day, didn't even work. Okay? Couldn't even get into the server. And I wasn't going to waste an entire stream sitting here like an idiot, clicking, trying to get into the server. Oh, I've done that before. I did that with Street Fighter 5. I did that with GTA Online. I've wasted entire days. Remember Overwatch 2? I'm not doing that anymore. If a game doesn't work at launch, I'm out of there. I'm going to come back when the game works, for sure. I'm not going to waste my time and the viewers' time. We're going to do other stuff. So I came back the next day, all right, and we played it. And admittedly, when I played Multiverses on Wednesday instead of Tuesday, I already noticed the drop-off in interest because it wasn't launch day. There's nothing I can do about that. The game did not work on launch day, right? And the game didn't run very well on Xbox. But, basically, I was really enjoying the game, trying to get back into it, right? I liked the gameplay. I just didn't like how the game performed on Xbox. It was choppy, freezing, unfreezing, really stupid, okay? So, we played it again on PlayStation 5 yesterday, and this is what I want to get to. So, yesterday, I'm playing Multiverses on PS5, all right? And again, I'm trying different characters and stuff. It's not like, oh, Phil's only playing one character, and he refuses to even explore the game. Oh, no. So far, I've used Bugs Bunny, Iron Giant, the new character, Banana Guard. I did a little bit of Jason Voorhees, and Velma.
I, like, zoned out.
Five characters in 2
why
sessions.
is he still talking about this? Like,
characters
who
and tried them
the
out,
fuck cares?
right?
I was reading this chat.
I wish I could play with more. But, you know, the game is limited with
Jesus
who you can
Christ,
use. I love
this
these
is why I
idiots
don't
with
like
their Joker, but they're locked, right? I can't do
watching
anything. That's the
that
game model
also.
that they put into the game. When I played it yesterday, it performed much better. It wasn't freezing, and
Wow.
it wasn't having those graphical issues, but the connections are still wonky. So half the matches are dropping or end up being laggy, and I'm noticing with the rebalancing they did in the last 2 years, they've basically ruined a few characters. Like, Velma is pretty worthless now.
Who gives a shit?
And not even
Who
really playable.
fucking
quite
cares?
frankly. I don't know why
How
everyone
is this-
select her, she's so bad.
How is this,
okay?
like,
So, that was
useful
Multiverses
to
yesterday. How
your
did the stream do? Well, viewership plummeted as I was playing it, and quite honestly, if it weren't for 1 or 2 people who came in with big contributions, the stream would have been also dead in that regard too. I constantly get people now complaining when I'm playing Multiverses. This game is boring. This game is not Smash Brothers. It tries to be Smash Brothers and it fails. Stop playing it. All right? Now, by the way, this was after a few months of people asking me, hey, are you going to play Multiverses when it comes out? You know, it's coming out in end of May, early June, right? It's going to be exciting, the full release and everything. So I did what people wanted. It wanted me to check this game out.
How many people, though? That's the thing. How many people told you this? Like, how many people were saying, was it the same person repeating it over and over? Was it multiple people? Was it a large group of your audience? Like, he speaks in such broad generalities that then he, like, somehow, he applies it to his entire audience and then makes it always his audience's fault. Because, oh, I was listening to your feedback. It could have been 2 people out of the 300 or however many people show up in his chat.
Saying that it was good, or they were interested in it at the very least, and it's out, and now it seems like people have no interest in it at all. The thing is, I am interested in it. The 2 times I played it, I actually had fun. Now, I was disappointed with Velma, that they ruined her. I like Bugs Bunny. I'm having a lot of fun playing with him. I actually want to check out other characters. I want to continue to play. But I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I can. It seems that the common feedback that I'm getting is Multiverses is not a good game. Don't play it.
So then don't play it.
I'm not getting any actual, like, facts or corroboration
that
of
doesn't matter.
That
doesn't fucking matter with facts. What facts? The people aren't entertained by the game that you're playing, so don't play it. They don't think it's good. They find it boring. Don't play it. What facts do you need? Look at your damn stream. You are the fact. The fact that you're saying that if it wasn't for 2 people coming through, your stream would have had no one contributing to it because people were leaving midstream. That is the data that you need. You don't need anything else beyond that. But what facts do these people have? Oh, Phil, I put a chart together, and here's a pie chart showing you why Multiverse is boring compared to Super Smash Brothers. Like, no, who the fuck is gonna do that?
Being told that it's a bad game, don't play it. Well, what's bad about it? Maybe because the connections are a little wonky and it drops, right? Or, oh, it's not as good as Smash Brothers. Well, no one's going back to fucking play Smash Brothers. The game is ancient now.
People still
understand?
People
it's
still
old.
play
No
Smash
one is going
Brothers.
back to play Smash.
People still play Smash Brothers.
It's a moot point.
People still play Smash Brothers. My friend owns a venue where they run Smash Brothers tournaments every week. People still play it. There's still a community for it. You're a fucking idiot.
So there's another game from the past that's better than the current one that's new. But this is the current one that's new. This is the one with the new content to explore that people will be talking about. Not fucking Smash Brothers from like 5 years ago. No one cares about that anymore. So why are we talking about Smash Brothers, right?
Oh, fuck your mother, dude.
I'm not playing it.
Dumbass
I'm not going back
face.
to it. I didn't really like it when it came out, quite frankly. All right? This actually appeals more to me. But that's the problem. People say, well, play what you want. Well, I want to play Multiverses. Oh, that game sucks. No one likes it. Don't play it. Okay. I guess that's the feedback I'm getting, right? Now let's talk about Hades 2. Hades 2, I'm really baffled at this one, okay? Hades 1 was a game that when it came out was PC exclusive for a while, if you remember, and then eventually it got ported to consoles. When it finally did, I finally had opportunity to try it. Now, by the time that I had played Hades 1, it was already an old game, but I had to wait that long for it to be on console. When I played it, I ended up getting hooked on it and loving the roguelike formula. I was like, oh, this is actually really catchy. I like this game. It's addictive. It's interesting. I'm having a great time playing it. I had a great audience that would come and interact with me when I played it, give me recommendations for the builds and stuff, and it was a really fun time, okay? So, knowing that Hades 2 was in development and everything, I was excited. Then to hear that it was only PC, I was like, oh, that sucks. Sounds like they're going to do the same thing they did with Hades 1 and take forever to port it to console. Then, oh, guess what? I have a mini PC, and it can play Hades 2. And then Hades 2 Early Access just gets dropped in the middle of May as a surprise release. And people outright asked me, would you play it? I said, yeah, I would. We got to have a time when I finish up what I'm working on. But once some of these gameplay throughs start wrapping up, absolutely, I'm all over it. Let's check it out. Why not? Right? And so, with Hades now out Early Access on PC, you guys voted for it, nominated and voted for it for my Indies Marathon. I think it was the second most voted game. The first was that Noita game, and this was number 2, okay? So I'm like, oh, neat, all right, let's give it a shot. Sounds good to me. I liked the first one. Played it during the Indies Marathon, loved it. Wow, this game is great. I wish I could play more, but I got to move on to other games today. But I even said then, let's put it into the rotation. And it seems like there's big pushback. Why? Because this is early access and the game's not done yet. And I'm like, yeah, but how much content is in it? Oh, about 20 hours. 20 hours of content in a game, and you want me to play it? You want me to wait? It just seems like there's this weird mentality when it comes to PC gaming. Is there some weird unspoken code that you don't play the game if it's unfinished or something? A lot of people play these games in early access, do they not? Why else would they offer it early access?
They do, but I mean, like, your audience is telling you not to play it because they want to see you play through, probably through the full experience instead of dropping the game, returning to it when it's a full experience. You're notorious for just dropping games and being like, oh, we're just going to put it on the back burner. It's just going to be on the back burner, guys. And then, but Dragon's Dogma is on the back burner, hasn't been touched. There's like games from years ago that you quote unquote put on the back burner. Maybe they just don't want you to do that with another game. I don't know.
I don't get it. So I'm in a unique position, okay? I can play a PC game when it's brand new, white hot popular among the PC gaming community. I decide I'm going to do it, so this is an oddity for me, and now I'm being told, you've done the wrong thing. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm being told, you don't jump on things when they're popular enough. You should do them as soon as they come out. Okay, I did. I'm playing Hades 2 right now. You should play more PC games. You don't play enough. Okay, I'm doing that right now with Hades 2, right? Oh, but no, you did the wrong thing. Last night when I played Hades 2, we had less than 200 viewers, okay? People that were there were engaged, don't get me wrong. But if it weren't for a big tip that came in from one particular person who actually was someone who had supported my original Hades playthrough as well, that stream would have been absolutely dead for support. I'm not kidding you. And if you don't believe me, check out the videos right now on the channel, okay? Just look at them right now. 2 hour-long playthrough parts, new build, I unlocked new weapons, new build, actually fought a boss and beat it for the first time, fought another boss and lost to it. Those videos have 221 and 145 views. One of them doesn't even have a single like.
Yeah, maybe people don't like your
content. So what am I missing?
People don't like your content. Maybe that's it. Maybe they don't like you. You ever think of that? Maybe people go, oh, I like this game, but I think DSP's a piece of shit, and I don't like watching him. Maybe your on-demand audience just doesn't give a shit about you. You have like however many subscribers, 100-some thousand or whatever. I don't even know off the top of my head, but like you barely break a couple hundred views, maybe a few thousand. I forget in the last video that I did where you were talking shit on Tobuscus, how he's still killing you in views, regardless of how he fell off. But I don't know.
Because I listen to feedback. Okay? I listen to feedback.
Barely.
I'm trying to understand what it is that my audience wants by listening to said feedback. I've been told, you got to play games when they're brand new and they're popular. I'm doing that. You got to play more PC games. I'm doing that.
You know what's ironic about this? Because I did see the clip of him like ranting and like going off on someone, being like, oh, you want... Oh, sorry for the slap. Oh, you want instant gratification. You want instant gratification, blah, blah, blah. This is exactly that. This is exactly what he was like mocking someone for. Oh, I'm playing PC games now, guys. I'm playing brand new games when they come out. Where's the support? He wants instant gratification. Instead of slowly changing his audience into an audience that's there for him rather than like the games that he's playing, instead of having such a diverse community, he just thinks that because he does these like slight little changes that everybody's supposed to be happy about it. Instead of learning, hey, I have a community of people that all don't agree. I want to do X, Y, and Z. Let me start filtering these people out so that it eventually does become a community that supports me when I do X, Y, and Z.
Right? You gotta have more variety for your streams. Don't only play the big AAA mainstream games. That's too boring. Branch out and do other things. I'm doing that. And this is the response I get. No attendance on the stream. No views on
No attendance. What are you talking about? You just said that you had good attendance.
Videos, and everyone complaining I should be doing something else. So what's going on?
Your mother.
Because if you can't tell, I'm getting mixed signals. And that's frustrating. Because, as you know, I'm trying to improve for the better. I am. I'm trying to put out content that you guys want. This is not just me sitting here playing games for myself. If it were, it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to entertain an audience, correct? This is me trying to put out content that is...
Miami Small Man, is because you only play for relevancy. I don't get the vibe. I don't get the vibe you actually like most of these games because you only play what gets tips. Yep. I personally only watch the podcast because of that. Right. And he even says, oh, the podcast gets the most attention. The podcast gets most support. Half the time when I switch on to the actual gameplay, my views drop. I don't know if he just doesn't retain what he says. Like if his mouth and his brain are just so disconnected that he just speaks and none of it like reaches his brain. Because he himself talks about how podcast is what draws people in. A lot of people don't stay for the actual gameplay. A lot of people don't support for the gameplay. People support him for the podcast. People just like, and I'm sure a lot of it's like LARPers and stuff, but like how is he so unaware of this? But everybody else around him, everybody outside of his bubble, are able to see it so easily.
It's engaging, fun, and entertaining for you. You find value in it. Whether it's, it cheers you up. It's riveting because you want to know about the game. You're learning about the game.
Yeah,
you laugh
riveting.
at my rages and my fails, whatever it may be, whatever you get out of the said content, correct? That's what I want to provide for you. And what's funny about it is some people have said, it's not about the game, it's about you and your personality.
Yep.
So if
100%.
your stream basically fails, it's your fault, right?
100%.
The Hades stream, I literally
100%.
sit here talking to people the entire time about the game, about other stuff. We're trying to have a nice social chill stream. I outright keep telling people I want this to be a chill stream. What happens? No one shows up. But if I announced we're just going to do a chill night where all we do is talk for 2 hours, people would have showed up. That means it's not me.
No,
That means it's the game.
No. Oh my god. Oh my god. So from what I've seen, there is a bit of a different dynamic, or his behavior does change. Obviously, like when he's playing a game, he gets really shitty half the time. He's always complaining, doesn't want to figure anything out, and kind of like rails against his chat. Where if he's just doing like a chilled whatever stream, he is a little bit more, I guess, revved down, so he doesn't freak out as much. It is just like a lot of nothing. But it is you, DSP. It is you. You don't make games look good. You make games look like crap.
You understand? Because if I can say I'm doing a chill stream tonight, we talk for 2 hours, and I get attendance and support, and if I say we're doing Hades 2 and no one shows up, it's the fucking game. And I'm tired of hearing everyone, these idiots out there who just want to make everything about me because, again, their narrative is that I'm just a fucking horrible content creator and a scumbag. There's no way anyone could possibly like my content, right?
It's true.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it makes sense.
There's no logical, factual basis for people are saying when they say shit like that, And I'm tired of it.
The logical, factual basis is that you are the common denominator in every situation.
I want to put out stuff that people want. I don't want to be wasting time. And here's the other thing. Play what you like. I really like Hades 2. I do. I like it just as much, if not even more, than Hades 1. I'm really enjoying this game. And I'm playing it and loving it. No one shows up. Okay? So at this point, it's obvious. We need to have a reevaluation of what I'm doing on the content in the streams.
What do you mean?
Because I want people to show up.
You do.
I can't be playing shit for myself. And the feedback that I've gotten is not very good. Play games when they're new. I am doing that. Play more PC games. I am doing that. Play more indies. I am doing
Just
that.
repeating
It's not
himself
working. None
at
of
this
that is
point.
working. Those are the streams that are the worst. So, don't play more mainstream AAA games, then why is it when I play mainstream AAA games more people show up?
He only did it like what, that one time? Is it just because of Hades? Because it sounded like he was saying that the Indies Marathon did well, I guess. I don't know. I didn't check it out. But from what I'm gathering, it sounds like at least the Indies Marathon did okay. But like this one thing with Hades is a problem, and Multiverse. So just don't play those games. Find other games. There are hundreds of thousands of games that you could be playing. I don't know, but you wasted an hour of your time complaining instead of maybe looking into something new, being like, oh, I saw this game on YouTube and it looked fun, so I'm going to give it a shot. Hopefully we all enjoy it. Incapable. He's incapable.
Right? I don't get it.
Fuck you.
It just seems like the amount of feedback that I get is so wire crossing that there's no way to determine what I really should or shouldn't be doing. Right now, I've got a lot of people who've been screaming, bring back Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We want to see that game back in the mix. That's great. Where were you when it was new? Literally, we had a stream of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth with less than 200 viewers.
They were the people watching. They were the ones that were saying they want to see it again. You fucking moron.
With no one engaging. I was basically playing the game for myself. No one was talking in the chat. Or if they were completely disengaged and weren't paying attention. Oh, but then if I do a random chill night stream of me just hanging out for 2 hours, everyone's here and having a good time. So, it's not me, it's the games. You understand what I'm trying to say to you now? This is the state of the industry at this point, is that the games that are coming out are not engaging enough for a live stream. They're just not.
No,
you might like Final Fantasy VII.
How is every other streamer still able to have a career and do this? Why are you the only one that's doing this? Why isn't Dr. Disrespect doing this? Why isn't Germa doing this? Why isn't Ludwig doing this? Hungrybox, Moist Critical, Shroud. Why aren't all these other streamers having hour-long rants at their audience being like, guys, I don't know what's happening. No one's showing up. No one's talking to me. None of the... Why is it just you then? Oh, man. Can't figure it out.
Rebirth for yourself because you sat there and you grinded through this insanely long RPG experience that's a big narrative and has all the side content, but for a stream it doesn't engage anymore. These kind of games are too common. They're a dime a fucking dozen at this point. There are too many of them this year. They don't work. They're boring. I agree. I totally agree. All right? But then when I try something different, that also doesn't work. So what is the future here? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to give up on playing video games. That's ridiculous. If it's diversity and I need to break my content up more, then we should do that. We should do different kinds of variety of content. The problem is, I've tried that, and also, people complain about that. Don't you remember that last year I launched a channel called DSP React, and the whole idea was that I was going to do less gaming and more React-style content? So I got a weekly show called DSP versus the Internet where I react to clips. I was doing big React events once a month or once every other month, where I was reacting to documentaries, I was reacting to other YouTuber channels and stuff like that. And what was the feedback that I got last year? Oh, stop doing that. It's not as entertaining as you playing games. Play more games. I'm not kidding. That's the feedback I got.
Yeah, because it's not.
That's literally the feedback that I got.
Because you're not good at reacting.
We'll stop doing the long-form React events.
You're incapable of reacting. You just sit there and go, hey, well, like, that's not a... This man hurts my fucking soul.
Instead, we'll play more games. But now we're in a situation, it doesn't matter what game I play, half of them don't stick. So what exactly is the problem here? I'd love to hear that, I'd love to hear what we need to do in order to figure this out. Right? What are we going to do?
What do you
what
mean?
Games are we going to play? What content am I going to put out? I'm here and I'm all
figure
ears.
that out?
I will do whatever people want within reason. I'm not going to completely change who I am as a content creator. I'm not going to start making drama videos. Okay, I'm not going to start slamming other YouTubers and being a piece of shit.
You've done
to
that
other
before.
People
you do that all the
to
time.
Get by and get off on that.
You do that.
I don't step on others for success. I never will be that kind of person. So if that's what you're looking for, you're absolutely in the wrong spot. Okay? I'm not getting into politics right now. Right now, politics are such a fucking hotbed of drama and emotion and rage, and a lot of people are really upset with what is going on right now in the realm of politics. I am not going to touch that with a 100-foot pole. I don't want to step into there, because once you step into that arena, you can never step out again. You understand? So, no, we're not doing that easy bait drama content. I'm not doing that. You know what my realm is. You know what my forte is. Gaming. And, so, hanging out.
His forte isn't even gaming. His forte is talking about food in the worst way possible. That's the only thing that I would say he has, like, any sort of, like, knowledge in, is how fast he can shovel slop into his mouth.
Social streams and reacting to some extent. Right? We know what my forte is. But the question is, what is it exactly that I should be playing then? And I think this year has been a very unique year where, sadly, there is no answer that's a definitive, everyone agrees answer. Last year there was. The year before there was. There's always those games that resonate, that everyone wants to see. And this year, besides Elden Ring DLC coming up, is there any others? And that's really the problem about 2024. Mario, we've gotten out to the point in gaming where gaming has become so much about making money, printing the dollar, that most of the games coming out are uninspired, unfinished, bloated, repetitive, grindy, samey pieces of crap.
Right, I wanted to let him get that out. This man is a fucking ravioli. Video games, all of a sudden, not like it's been around for, 40 years. Just now, they're all about making money. Oh, before, they were doing it for free. They were just giving video games out. They didn't give a damn if they were making money. I thought about making a video called, is DSP an actual gamer? And I hate the concept of, trying to gatekeep the word gamer. I absolutely hate it. But I feel like most people that I talk to on a daily basis that are really into video games are open to trying new things, exploring new genres, looking at trying to find new experiences. And because, in that search, you kind of find these games that are gems, and you kind of hold on to them and you enjoy them a lot. Obviously, there, even if it's a genre that you play regularly, like an RPG or a shooter or whatever, there are different experiences within those genres that you can seek out. And his thing of, oh, everything's just repetitive and everything's like, well, then stop. You don't like games. Stop playing games. Stop pretending that you enjoy games. You enjoy mobile games, apparently. So just play those. There's hundreds of thousands of mobile games you could be playing where you pull characters and you do whatever. Do that. Stop playing console games. It's obviously that you don't enjoy it.
They're not unique gaming experiences anymore that you absolutely want to see your favorite content creator play. Instead, what do content creators have to rely on? Viral, quick, independent games that blow up in popularity and jumping from one to one to one to one to one. And that's not who I am. That's not the kind of...
But what do you want? Do you want games to last like a year? Do you want a gameplay experience to be an entire year? The only games that have that longevity are live service games, which you talk shit on. Games like Destiny and Anthem, TF2, Halo Infinite, Rocket League. These are games that you don't play. These are games that you don't enjoy. Those games have the legs where you can stay with them for a long time. Having shorter gameplay experiences isn't an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. It isn't for most people, but it's an issue for DSP because I guess he's a special little fucking snowflake.
Kind of person I am. That's not the kind of creator I am, and you all know that. I don't like those stupid viral trending games that you play for a week and you drop and ignore it like they never existed.
But you played Pal World and
Pal Worlds
you
and
played
shit like that.
And
I even tried Pal World. We saw what it was. It was dead within like 10 hours. There was nothing else to do, you know? But this is just constant. This is what has happened with content creation recently. The gaming industry, I feel, is in a...
You've been complaining about the same shit for the past 10 goddamn years.
Big spiral down. And it's because of the people in charge. The people in charge don't want to make good games. They just want to make games that print money for investors. It has lost its way. Because when you do that, you don't have unique gaming experiences anymore that people want to see or look forward to, right? You don't. You don't at all. And what ends up happening is they have to now have people shill their games out and lie about them and say that they're great, or have an NDA where they can't even fucking criticize the game until the day the game.
All right, the whole Marvel Unite or whatever the hell it's called, that whole like beta access thing. Of course, he's like using that to rail against the industry. Helldivers is fun. It was a fun experience. I don't play a lot of those like co-op shooters, so to me it was a newer, fun experience. Shut the fuck up.
The game comes out, but they could play it 2 weeks early. It's like, what? What kind of a game industry do we have right now, right? So here's the deal. Let's reassess. Right now, let's hit the pause button, and let's figure out together what we need to do.
You need to reassess
get people
your life.
Interested again.
Is what you need to do.
Right now, Fallout 4 is working. Street Fighter 6 is working. I'm not changing that. I mean, I even have plans to do more co-op. I have an announcement that it looks like by the end of this week, I'll be doing another co-op session with Brian. We're going to test out the PS5 mic in Street Fighter 6. Probably Wednesday night. It's not 100% confirmed yet, but we're leaning towards trying to do it Wednesday night. Another private lobby with me and Brian playing Street Fighter 6, and now with me with the reduced input lag and a microphone. Okay? So that should be coming probably Wednesday night. All right? So that's cool. Right? That's good news. But outside of that, the way I see it, we have 2 games in the rotation working, Fallout 4 and Street Fighter 6. We need to find other games. If you guys, at this very moment, okay,
find them yourself,
are telling me Multiverses is not of interest to you,
find
then
them
I'll
yourself.
say, listen, that's sad to me because I'm enjoying my time with the game. I wanted to play more characters. I wanted to learn more about it, and I wanted to give it a shot. But if you guys are outright telling me you are not interested in Multiverses, then we'll drop it right now. Okay? I'm not, again, a game that I'm liking and I would like to play, but I acknowledge...
I've never seen a man fidget so goddamn much with their wardrobe, constantly touching their fucking wardrobe. This man is like manic with this shit.
I can't just sit here and play what I want to play all day. For any business is like that. If I was a chef working at a restaurant and all I wanted to do was make pork chops, so all I did was make pork chops, and my customers coming in were asking for spaghetti. Well, I refuse to make spaghetti. All I like to do is make pork chops. What's going to happen? The customers are going to leave because they wanted spaghetti and you refuse to make it. You have to give to your customer base what they want.
Hang on. He's had an analogy like this where he goes, if I own a restaurant and I make a blah, blah, blah sandwich and you come in and you say, and everybody comes in and they like this blah, blah, blah sandwich, and then you come in and say, you want this other sandwich. You know, what am I going to do? Am I going to drop making my sandwich just for you? No, I'm going to tell you to get the fuck out of here. Well, he's said the reverse to argue against his audience to have him play like a new game that came out while he was in the middle of a playthrough. Oh my! hate him.
So
I hate
if I
him
like
so
multiverses
much.
and I like playing multiverses and I want to keep playing it and learn more,
So play
and
it.
your answer is I just don't like multiverses. It's boring. It sucks. Then I'm not going to play it. If that's the determination that we're coming to today,
Then don't. What
that's
the
sad.
fuck do you want?
Because I like it. I like it.
You
I
can
want
play
to
it
keep
on
playing
your
it.
own,
I feel like
outside of
there's
your
more
screen.
there, and it will get better in time as they improve the game or whatever. But if we got to get rid of it, we got to get rid of it. It sucks. I've only done 2 streams of it, but it's life, right? So what can I do? All right, now, in the case of Hades 2, I think this is even more sad, because unlike multiverses, where people are on the fence about if it's a good game, I think that people can all agree Hades 2 is a great game, correct? I think we all agree. I love Hades 1. Hades 2 is just an improvement on 1. I don't have a single complaint about the game so far. I'm loving it, and I want to keep playing it. But if it's literally the least attended, least engaged, least supported, least viewed game that I've done in years, then I shouldn't keep playing it. I should do something else with my time. Correct? And now I've done 2 major streams of it, or excuse me, 2 night streams of it, I should say, and it has not done well. It has not. In fact, it's getting worse. The more I play it, it's getting worse. Last night I couldn't believe, because I'm playing it, and there's like 3 or 4 people in chat who are regulars who are talking with me. Okay? I'm like, okay, this is great. Where's everyone else? Why is it, this is supposed to be like a late night chill stream where we talk, we hang out, we're social while I play. I'm thinking we're going to have conversation, we're going to have fun. No one's talking. The chat is not moving in 3 minutes. There's not a single line in chat. What the fuck? What the hell's going on here? So then I go and look, and it's like less than 200 people on the stream. What the hell happened? This is Hades 2, a brand new PC game that people have been yelling at me to play new PC games.
Maybe they just didn't want that game. Like, that doesn't... Just because it's a PC game doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to solve your... That's going to be what people directly want.
Oh, my nose itches.
I like how Radical Jaws is 20 minutes later.
Out. I want to keep playing Hades 2. I really like it. I do. Now, I know it's not done, but we're only about 5 hours in. We keep playing it. We got, again, there's 15 to 20 hours of content in this game that we could play through before we say, okay, let's put it on hiatus until they finish more of the game, right? And by the way, I'll definitely say this. I know this is a unique situation because it's an unfinished early access game, but there's no reason to put a game on hiatus like that, or not to put a game on hiatus like that and go back later. I think it would work. But plus, because this is like a late night chill stream style situation, it's not a huge deal. I don't think Hades 2 is ever going to get a bajillion viewers or anything like that. I just want people to show up and have a good time. And it seems like people are actively staying away from Hades 2 for some reason, and that I don't understand. Okay?
Could be playing the game themselves.
Excuse me.
It's brand new.
Now, I'm just going to say one thing, okay? Because there is one line that I keep hearing that is the most ridiculous thing ever. Oh, Phil, but you have to understand, when people asked you for that stuff and you didn't give it to them, it's too late now, right? So people always wanted PC games. People always wanted the new games when they're hot and hype.
Right.
People wanted the indies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you never played them.
Mm-hmm.
So now those people moved on,
Mm-hmm.
and, now, you don't have that audience anymore. Well, the question is, did I ever have that audience? Because I never played that shit. So what are you talking about? That's the dumbest line of reasoning I've ever heard.
No, your line of reasoning is the dumbest line of reasoning. So if people were watching you and also watching other content creators, and they saw and they liked you, right? And then they saw other content creators that they liked playing certain games, and they would go, oh man, I wonder what DSP would think while playing this game. I should go recommend that he plays it because I'm enjoying so-and-so play this game. And I think I would enjoy seeing DSP's perspective on it because you guys probably don't have similar perspectives. And so over the years, these people have been like, hey, you should play these games, you should play PC games, you should play indie games, X, Y, and Z. And for years and years and years, you've told people to shut the fuck up. You told people that they're stupid, that they're brain dead, that they're moron, that they're children. And I think after a certain amount of time, those people are just like, all right, well, I'm either going to not talk about it anymore, or I'm just going to stick with the people that do what I want. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the reasoning.
Because you didn't give it to us immediately the second we asked for it. People moved on and don't want it anymore. No, I didn't give it to you at all. So
exactly.
When you asked for it, you were actively asking me to change the content I was doing to
Yes.
give you what you wanted.
Right.
So now I've done that, and now you're not here.
Years
so
later.
That's
years,
the difference.
Oh my
You're full of
fucking
shit.
God.
This is not...
Your mother's full of fucking shit. Years fucking later. Years later. This man is saying that people were lying. I don't understand if he has a grasp on reality and how time works. But he's saying, it's so, it makes me want to punch him so goddamn hard. It's the same issue with the Fightcade thing. Years later, oh, you never told me. Oh, my IP was going to be exposed. This fucking man is so stupid.
Not an audience of indie-loving games yelling at me to play indies. This is people saying we like Phil's content, but we want to see him branch out and play indies.
Yeah.
So now I'm doing it, and now you're not there. So you're full of shit. That's what it is. It's people
The mental gymnastics this man does to like rationalize how he's never in the wrong is astounding. Oh, these people never existed. I never gave you that, so they never existed. You guys were trying to troll me. I don't understand. With the fucking Wolverine toy, he got it a year later, and he's like, I don't want this. Why would you think I want this a year later? It took him 10 years to get a mini PC. Or 10 years now to get a mini PC. And he's like, oh, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? Why aren't you here? Look in a mirror.
who are completely full of fucking shit.
Your mother.
I'm tired of this line of reasoning.
Your
Because
mother.
here's the truth, is that in life, what you're going to find
Oh,
is that
yeah.
when you grow up, and I mean this too, people really should listen to this. When you
Remember, DSP doesn't have children in his chat. DSP's audience is made of people in their late 20s to early 40s. He's about to tell them about growing up. These supposed adults that are in his chat. Okay, here we go.
grow up and you truly become an adult and you become mature, and it's not about age, it's about mental maturity. Okay,
you're
when you become
mentally fucking dented.
mentally mature, you will understand something.
A man that never takes responsibility, a man that can't see his own faults, trying to lecture people on being mentally mature is ironic and hilarious.
cannot have instant gratification for every single thing in your life, especially entertainment.
Wolverine
but
toy.
in general,
Wolverine toy, switching over to PC gaming. DSP isn't getting instant gratification, so he's bitching and complaining about it.
just in general, all right? With everything in your life. What we have an entire generation of people on this planet who have been coddled, spoiled,
This is
and treated like special snowflakes.
This is your generation. You're talking to people that are supposed to be your age. You fucking idiot.
And they actually believe that if they don't get something the moment they ask for it, that is a slight against them. And now they've been wrong. And how dare you not instantly do what I want at a moment's notice and drop everything at my beck and call and serve me like the dictator of the fucking planet. That's not how fucking life works. In any situation, you will not get instant gratification at all for anything. It's about patience. It's about hard work. It's about dedication. It's about sticking through tough times until you can get to the points in your life when you get what you want.
DSP had such a hard time sticking through a tough time. Him getting a PC was such a hard time on him. I don't know how he was going to make it. I'm so glad that it took him 10 years for him to now finally get a PC and to play PC games. I really thought that he wasn't going to make it. It's tough. It's difficult. It's the equivalent of living on the streets and rummaging through trash to survive. What a goddamn champion.
Because then when you get it, it has meaning.
Oh,
because
fuck
you
your mother.
suffered through the times you
Oh,
didn't
you
have
suffered.
it until
You're
you finally earned it.
fucking
You
choke on a
understand
cock.
that? No, most people don't. Again, there's an entire generation of people who don't get this concept. They literally think, well, I demand something right now. I didn't get it. Fuck you. Downrate, hate.
Yep. Man. Oh God. What sparked this whole hour-long fucking rant? What possibly could have sparked that? Oh man, let me think back on it. DSP started playing Hades and he didn't get any fucking support, so now he's upset. Oh wow.
Shit on, berate, deride, and crap on and say it's bad. No, you spoiled fucking brat. That's not how life works.
Blow your brains out.
I've been married
please.
to my wife
No
for
one gives
5
a
years.
fucking shit about
we
your
haven't
wife.
even gone on a honeymoon. I don't even get to spend
That's your fault.
much time with her at all.
That's your
because I'm
fault.
in this fucking room 6 days
That's
a
your
week,
fault.
full time streaming for you guys.
Your
You
fault.
think I'm happy with that?
Yes.
No.
Yes. You actually are. You actually are. Watch my Dear Cat video talking about Japan and how much DSP would have to spend to actually take Cat to Japan. Watch that. You enjoy living the way that you do.
But I'm stuffing it out. I want instant
Okay,
gratification
you're
now. I
toughing
want
it
more
out.
time with my wife. I want to go spend a vacation with her right now.
No,
I
you
can't
don't.
do that.
Do
But
not.
I understand as a mature adult, if I tough through times that are rough, that eventually at the end of the tunnel there will be a light. There will be a time when I'll be able to spend that time with her. We'll
Not
have a
gonna
good time
happen.
together.
Not
but I
gonna
need to
happen.
tough out the tougher times now. There's a
It's
lot of
never
factors in life
happening.
you don't control. I don't control the economy. I don't control fucking inflation. I can't make those things go away.
Yeah, you also can't control your gambling and rampant spending on WWE champions. Regardless of the amount of money you make, you are too impulsive, and WWE seems to be the only thing that you find as some sort of like validation of your existence.
But if I tough through it now and I get to that at the end, that moment when I get to spend some time with her will be all the more fucking meaningful.
Never
because I
happening.
didn't just get it right away.
Never happening.
You get it?
Never happening.
In the case of me as a content creator, all right?
You know, I don't like to do the DSP thing where I make it about myself, but I'm about to make it about myself. I've been with my partner for 9 years now, and we both worked jobs that were not great. I worked multiple jobs for a really long time, from like my mid-20s to now. We have worked in food industry, healthcare, transportation. We've done medical industry. Like we worked a bunch of jobs that didn't pay well, and we toughed it out. And now we both have decent jobs where we can now go to Japan. That's true dedication and toughing it out and working together to get to the good times. DSP has had a very privileged, coddled life, especially in his adult years with all the money he made. And he wants to pretend like he's Mr. Salt of the Earth, blue collar, just getting by because he doesn't get paid enough based off of his skill sets or whatever. He's made a lot of money, and he's thrown away a lot of money. And he is a fucking piece of shit for that whole rant, pretending like he's been struggling. Every issue that he has, everything is brought on by his own actions. Trolls didn't show up out of nowhere. It started happening because of the way that he played games. His reaction to trolls just generated more trolls, and it's snowballed to a point where he can't stop it now. The only thing that would stop it is if he got off the internet, found an actual job. That's it.
I don't have the ability to just do everything instantly. I
Yes,
wish
you
I
do.
did.
Yes, you
I
do.
wish that I was a giant streamer and a giant content creator, and I was rolling in dough, and at any moment I could just upgrade everything. But look at the jumps we're making in the last year to year and a half.
You
right?
haven't invested in anything.
Take a look at the
here.
improvements.
Setup.
Look at the visual quality of this podcast. And the
Donated
background,
by
everything I
somebody.
listened to, your feedback to improve everything. The name, the board, everything, right? Quality of the streams, right? How much better it is. All the different things we're doing, the variety of content we're doing. I have a react channel, I have a throwback channel. These are all things we talked about for years and years. I have a daily news show. I always wanted to do a news desk style show. Now I do it every day. But these are things that took a while to get to. Do you understand? These are not instant changes, instant gratification, instant wish grant.
Because you're lazy. No one You as a content creator should want to improve your stream, your quality. Like no one is like looking at a streamer and being like, "Man, I wish he had like 2 cameras. I wish he had more lights up on his walls. I wish he had stupid photos of 8-bit games." No one's thinking that. That is on you if you want to be like, "Oh, I want to change up the background. I want to make it look more appealing. I want to." That's all you. But you're lazy and you don't invest in yourself. And so that's why things take forever with you.
That's not reality. All right? You wanted to see me play indie games, great. But understand, I didn't have the means to do it. We had to get to a point where I could do it. Well, now I can do it. Well, now I don't want it anymore. So what are you, 3 years old?
No,
You're
those
gonna
people...
fucking pout and stomp in the corner and cry like a little baby? Oh, I didn't get it right away. What the fuck kind of mentality is that?
Oh my god, I want to fucking knock your head off. Every time he mocks people, I want to fucking knock his head off. What is happening?
I mean, oh my god, that is so ridiculous and so unfucking stupidly mature. It's amazing that I'm getting that kind of feedback because I didn't instantly gratify you. You moved on.
10
Well, that's
years,
funny,
man. It
because you
took you
commented
10
on my
years.
video and left the feedback. So you didn't move on. What happened is you didn't instantly get what you wanted, and then you got wrapped up into a hate group who doesn't like me and derides me every day.
Right.
You're a loser.
Right,
Okay?
of course. Yeah.
You're a loser. If this is the situation you're in, you're a loser. And now you
start
sit here and you
lumping
only
people
come back to
into-
make fun of me and say
Right.
all the things that I'm doing wrong, correct? You're a fucking loser in life.
Oh,
All
okay.
right? You need to fucking move on. Either move on from watching me or you need to stop hating on me on a daily fucking basis. All right? Here, the truth is, in the last few years, I've done so many improvements. I'm changing who I am. I'm
No,
becoming
you're
a better
not.
creator, a
No,
better
you're not.
person. I'm listening to feedback.
False.
That's why, in a situation like Hades 2, I'm scratching my head. This is directly the feedback I have received. Play more PC games, play games new when they come out, play more indie games, do interactive streams, everything different, everything better. Go to do it. Oh, guess what? You fucking fucked up. It's terrible. We're not going to show up. This is bad. What are you talking about? I don't get it. And that's what I need. That's what I need to figure out. Okay, I do. I need to figure out what is going wrong here. And if the answer is, oh, it's because you didn't give us instant gratification, then just go away.
Please.
No one in life is ever going to give you instant
You know what?
gratification.
Yes, please. This is the best advice he can give anybody. Please stop watching DSP. Let him flounder even harder. Let him have even lower viewers. If you are a genuine fan and this whole rant rubs you the wrong way, please just go away. Literally do it. Please take his advice. It would be the best thing you could do.
You're probably one of these people who sits around on fucking social media all day bitching about every little thing. Oh, they spelled my name wrong on my fucking coffee cup at Starbucks. And
Dude, the fucking irony with this. Are you serious?
I didn't have my color of hair dye at the store, so my day is ruined. Fuck off. No one cares. Reality is that I'm someone who's going to appeal to a different kind of audience.
Jesus fucking Christ. I can't believe that he said that with a straight face. Given all the shit he talks about over the years. Like stupid, mundane shit. Oh, I gotta go to the dump. The dump, blah, 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 this and that. I gotta take my shit to the dump. My fucking grocery bags were taken. What the fuck? Are you serious?
Than I did 10, 15 years ago. You know, young teenagers don't come to watch Dark Side Phil. You know, this is more of a mature audience, people who've been around for a long time. And now you want to hang out and have a more reasonable, chill, laid-back situation. Now, there's situations when it's not like that. If I'm playing, you know, Elden Ring or I'm playing a fighting game or whatever, you get more stress than that. That's cool, right? That makes sense. I get it. That's the kind of content, the rage-inducing content, that's also entertaining. And that's fine. But the point is, I'm not the same guy I used to be. I'm a different kind of content creator. Again, more laid back. That's kind of the kind of stream I'm trying to put out these days, right? So, in my opinion, all right, I feel like what's happened is you get a whole generation of new people who just don't get how life works. But is it their fault? Sounds to me like they've been taught to think this way. Right? You know what
I really don't get it. He's talking to his audience, but he's talking about a new generation of people. So like, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, I don't even think he like can fully like comprehend who he's referring to. People have been telling him for 10 years to play indie games and PC games, but now all of a sudden it's a new generation. Like, where the fuck is his brain?
I was growing up, I was fucking lucky to get anything.
Oh,
no
fuck
instant
your
gratification.
mother.
You guys know the story. When I used to go to a store with my parents,
Uh-huh.
all right, let's say we were going to a store that had a toy department.
Yeah, sure.
When we first got into the store, I'm a little kid sitting in a shopping cart.
Yeah, you're
my
a
parents
little
would
kid.
push me to the
Should've
toy
been
department,
aborted.
and we go, and my parents would say, select an action figure. Philip, they call me Philip. It was always Philip,
Oh my
okay?
God, this
okay.
fucking story
And I would
again.
look at
Jesus
the
Christ.
shelves at all the action figures, and I would say, oh, here's one, I like this one, and I would grab it, and for the entire shopping trip in that store, I would stare there and look at the action figure. I'd read the whole back. I would imagine in my head, man, if I had this, I would go home and play, and I would play with my other figures. Here's how it would go and stuff like that. And then my mom and dad would shop for about an hour, hour and a half, right? And then at the end of the shopping trip, my parents would say, okay, it's time to go back. And we go back to the department, and I would put
Okay, Philip, it's time to put the toy back. Oh, but I was such a mature kid. Oh my God, dude. Why the fuck is he repeating this?
the action figure back. And my mom would explain to me very matter-of-factly, you can have that later. If you're a good boy, if you behave, if you get a good report card, maybe if it's your birthday or Christmas, that's when you'll get that. You don't just get that today just because you want it. You get that later when you earn it. Oh, okay. And then we would leave. And then if I was good, when a holiday came or I had a good report card or something, I did something nicely, I would earn it and I would get it as a reward. That's life. Okay? I wish, listen.
Wait, hang on, but why don't you talk about the Wolverine toy? Why aren't you talking about the Wolverine toy, how they didn't get it right away, and then you called them stupid and said that they should listen to you? Where's all that? Where's all that part?
Wish that I were a ginormous streamer who made tons of money for you, because then I could do whatever you want. Anytime a viral game came out, I could drop money on it and we could play it for 5 minutes and either laugh at it or crap on it, and then we could move on to the next game. I wish that I could buy a high-end gaming PC right now and we could play every game at absolute top levels. I wish that I could do all. I don't. That's the reality. Reality is I'm a normal dude like you who just sits here and streams all day and has a good time with an audience. I'm a very down-to-earth guy.
Most normal people, I think, at this point in time in like a gaming community can afford a decent PC, I would say. You know, it doesn't have to be top of the line, but pretty decent. You could probably play most PC games. So, I don't know.
I don't live in the clouds. I have no aspirations to be a super popular guy or anything like that.
You have no
And I
aspirations
think
at
that
all.
the demands and the things that are thrown at me are so unreasonable at this point
No, they're
that
not.
I'm getting fed up. When I get feedback like, well, you didn't immediately
Maybe you should do something about it. Maybe you should stop streaming or just like stop living or I don't know, man. It's wild. You should do something about it.
give us what we wanted, so people moved on. That is the fucked up, most ridiculous, spoiled,
No.
entitled,
No.
really
No.
unreasonable, disconnected from reality style answer I could ever hear.
Wrong.
That's not life.
That is
You'll
life. When you're disappointed in something, when you want something and you don't get it, like especially if like there's an expectation of it, why would you continuously wait around until you get it? That doesn't make sense. Like if you go, let's do a great fucking restaurant analogy. If you go to an Italian restaurant and you go, "Hey, I want this dish, please," and you get it and you go, "It doesn't really taste that great, but maybe I'll come back and I'll try it again, or I'll try a different one." Maybe they had a bad day. You know, maybe you decide to give a restaurant maybe 2-3 shots. And every time you go to that restaurant, the food is consistently bad. Would you continue to keep going to that restaurant? Probably not, unless you're an actual fucking idiot. DSP has bad DoorDash orders all the time. And does he go back? No, he doesn't. And then he bitches and complains on the internet and wants instant gratification to be reimbursed by like Burger King and all these other fucking restaurants that he tries to scam out of money. So yeah.
Never get that. If that's what you're seeking, you'll never get it unless you go to the super awesome fake streamers who are rich because they take every sponsorship opportunity and they kiss so much butt, and every piece of content they put out is a piece of shilled content, but you're too dumb to fucking realize it. Go watch them. They're rich. They can roll in dough and do whatever you want.
They're more
Ask them to play a
entertaining.
piece of shit, they'll play a piece of shit.
They're more
and then they'll drop it
entertaining.
in 10 seconds.
More
right?
entertaining.
But that's not DSP gaming. That's never been what I've been about. Since the
You've
moment
never
I
been
started on YouTube,
entertaining,
it's about
correct.
passion. Passion for games, passion for life, just hanging out, having a good time, but also feeling like we're friends and we're
This guy is the most miserable person I think I've ever met or I've ever experienced in existence. This man has no passion for anything. Life, gaming, his wife, just anything. He's the most miserable person. Everything he talks about is basically complaining. I don't think I've ever heard him say a single nice thing about anything.
are sitting on a couch together, playing games, having a social experience, and enjoying it.
If I was sitting next to a couch and my friend acted like DSP, I would never be friends with that person ever again.
Because of our common admiration of the medium, right? That's what it's always been about. Not about making a buck, not about shilling, not about this, not about that. Not
So
about
why are you
instant
complaining
gratification
then?
because you like a certain kind of game.
So why are you complaining?
It's about reality, all right? A lot of people have come to my streams in the last many years because they want to disconnect.
Are we chilling
from all the
yet,
stresses.
says Dante.
Why am I not doing the easy mode content right now? Why am I not talking about fucking Donald Trump? Why am I not fucking doing hateful content about other YouTubers? Because that's the easy shit you can hear in every other fucking stream. Every other lowbrow idiot who has no fucking talent or intelligence in their fucking head, but they still need to make a buck, that's what they do. I don't need to do that shit. I don't want to do that shit. I'm different. I'm above all those fucking people. Even though I'm way below in views and popularity, the content is above what they do. You understand? Fuck those people. You don't want that. You want to come to a place where you can be isolated from that crap and just have a good time. You're already bombarded with that shit everywhere else. Why would you want that on everyone's stream, right? So, I'm happy to be different, but I need your feedback on what it is exactly you want from me. Not just play whatever you want. Okay, so we'll play Multiverses, we'll play Hades 2. Oh, no one showed up. Well, then what do I do?
Jimmy Jones brings up a good point. You always compare yourself to these massive streamers. What about the small streamers, though, that do a better job, have a better experience, that actually grow communities? My girlfriend likes to watch this one guy that plays a lot of Dead by Daylight, and she's a part of that community. And, you know, this guy's not massive. I feel like Dead by Daylight itself is like a little niche, and then so like within that niche, you're an even smaller niche. I've seen her watch his streams every once in a while, and never has he ever like gone off like this. You know, he has his community, the people support him, you know, that they can, and the guy has a genuinely good time playing the game. There are so many smaller streamers that you can compare Phil to that do a way better job. But he loves to look at these big streamers and be like, oh, well, I'm not like them, because it's easy. Because, you know, it's easy to make it seem like you're the underdog. If he were to compare himself to somebody his size or even smaller, that's a better experience, then it just makes him look worse.
Right? I can't just play what I want, but I also can't listen to the feedback I'm getting because the feedback also is not working. So what is it that we need to play? That's the question, okay? So like I said, Fallout 4 is working,
Dude,
all right?
it's just
Street Fighter 6 is working,
repetitive.
for
Like
sure.
you said this
But
20
what
minutes
else do we
ago.
play? If the feedback is, hey, Multiverses sucks, don't play it again.
Already said
we'll drop
this.
it immediately.
Oh my god, man,
It
he
would
repeats
suck for me
himself
because
so
I like
much.
the game and I want to play it more. But if the answer here is, hey, there's nothing here, fuck it, drop Multiverses, we will drop Multiverses. All right? I'm okay with that, if that's what we need to do. Fair enough? Now, in regards to Hades 2, that's going to be a harder hit for me because I really like the game. All right? But I just don't understand why people are not showing up for Hades 2. So if the answer is stop playing Hades 2, we'll drop that too. All right? But for me, I don't know what to replace them with because there's so many options. Play System Shock Remake. I'm very interested in System Shock Remake. I never played it before. From what I'm going to understand, that was the predecessor to BioShock.
So then play it.
Everyone thinks it's a great classic
then play
game,
it.
right? I would be down for playing
Play it right now.
But is that a consensus or is that a vocal minority of people asking for it? Greenbox Final Fantasy VII
guy's
Rebirth.
fucking so
That one I'm
stupid.
very skeptical on because that's something that when it was new, no one cared about. No one was showing up for the streams. What makes you think that all these months later, going back to it is going to bring back any kind of attention? Also, by the way, while we're already playing Fallout 4, a lengthy RPG, I'm not convinced that's going to work. Okay, I'm just not. I'm not convinced.
Aaron hits the nail on the head. You say it's the games, but shouldn't you be able, commentary be able to carry the game? The personality and commentary is largely why people want to watch streamers. Exactly.
That's going to be a solution.
Which is why I don't watch
okay?
a lot of streamers because I don't
Now,
really care.
I
For
guess
that
the
much.
real question is, what is it that people want? That's what we
Oh
got to
my
figure
God,
out.
dude.
I'm okay with saying,
Say-
all right, forget
He's going to literally repeat himself that he... Sorry, I didn't mean to slap. I get real animated. He is just going to repeat what he just fucking said.
multiverses, forget Hades 2 if that's the case. But now I need answers on what to play next.
You need to
What is it?
jump
What do we do
off
for the
a
next 3
bridge.
weeks until the Elden Ring DLC comes out? Or, all this may be a moot point. And the reason I really say that, because Summer Game Fest is Friday. Because the Xbox event is Sunday. And so we may already have an established path of new games coming out. Like I said, games dropping out of nowhere. Sometimes this happens. And then, boom, just like that, situation fixed, right? But for me, I need answers on where to go. And it has to be reasonable answers of things that are going to work and people are interested in. And if you suggest something, you commit to coming to watch and see it and support it.
Oh, you commit
I
to...
really want to see this, but
You commit to coming to watch. Listen, man, I don't think there's... I don't think a single person... No one owes you anything, and if they put a suggestion out there, they aren't required to show up to your stupid-ass streams, especially if it's on a day that's inconvenient for them.
by the way, I won't check it out for 8 months. It's not going to work. I need what people want to see now. You understand?
Could you please make the choice for us? Yeah, fucking
I am
figure
doing
it
live
out.
reacts for Summer Game Fest and the Xbox event. I've already announced that. Okay? See, that's the truth. Everyone wants something different. Again, if this were the year when there were big AAA games that were
Oh my
flagpole
God.
events and people wanted them, we'd have no problems. This year, there's nothing. There's literally fucking nothing. Nothing of stature. Nothing of note. Little game here, little game there, mid game here, mid game there. Big game is supposed to be good. Oh, it sucks shit. So there's no consensus on what to play, and that's where these issues arise. So now everyone wants something different, and nothing works out to be the game that people want to show up for, right?
Aaron is going to probably get banned because he's repeating himself.
I'm down with doing Stardew Valley chill streams, but you understand that that's something that I can't do all the time, right? That would be something that I do like once a week, maybe at most. That's that's not going to work as an ongoing playthrough. I do multiple times a week or something
Jesus
like that. You know
Christ,
what I'm saying?
rocking.
See, Aaron, here's the problem. Aaron says,
there it
you
is.
say it's the games, not you. Shouldn't your commentary be able to carry the game?
Yes.
Now people don't show up.
What is it?
Dude, people don't show up. It's not that my commentary doesn't carry the game. No one's there. I'm playing Hades 2. I'm sitting here.
No one is there. He had like what do you say? Sub 200. So that all those people that were there, you don't exist to him. You just don't exist. Because the number wasn't big enough. So those people don't exist. This man, he has said in the past, "Oh, if I have to stream to 10 people, I'll be happy because I'm doing my it's all bullshit. Everything he says is bullshit.
Ready
All
and
of
willing
it.
to interact with the chat, and I look, and for 3-4 minutes, no one says a word. I can't make people show up in chat. You understand? People didn't show up because I was playing Hades 2. If I were doing a late night chill stream, I would have 400 people on the stream and everyone talking. It's not me. Sorry. As much as you want to believe that,
Right, so
it's
you
not.
have
It's just not.
you
There's
have-
something with this audience that they don't show up.
you have a metric of what you expect, what you think is a good stream. So it doesn't. So everything that you've ever said in the past of like, oh, well, I'll stream to a small audience as long as everybody's enjoying themselves and as long as this and that, it's all a bunch of bullshit. This is the Pokemon stream over again. It's like this man does not learn. He is doomed to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again for the rest of his life. Oh, why aren't people? I think everybody's just lazy. Everybody's just lazy.
For certain games, I can't make someone actually come to a stream to start to interact. I just can't do it.
I hate this. I still have what? Too long is how long I have.
Eric, there's too much obsession with business and not about enjoying yourself. I literally just said, I'm loving multiverses. I'm loving Hades 2. No one's showing up.
Right, that's conversation about your business.
So why just sit here and I just play things constantly that no one shows up for? I won't be here tomorrow.
Right, exactly.
I'll be out of business.
How does that...
If you ignore reality,
how does that
you just live in a fantasy world of massive entertaining yourself all day, you'll also be in a big bad position. Again, something you learn as you get older, you get more mature. You can't just sit here doing things you enjoy all day long. Right. That's not how life works.
He's talking to people his age.
Even from day one when I started on YouTube, it wasn't like...
Everybody in his audience is equally his age and somehow younger than him at the same time. Everybody in his audience is 40 and 14 at the same time.
Like that. Do you really think that I enjoyed rushing through games back in the day?
You did.
Out 7, 8, 10, 20 hours of gameplay content within a couple of days to finish a game right away.
You did.
I didn't enjoy that.
Yes, you did.
Work.
This man calls it work. The man says that he used to be drunk all the fucking time. Could you imagine showing up to work drunk every day? Oh, I'm working. I'm working over here. I'm wasted as fuck. Yeah, wow, man. Yeah, working. Fucking end it, please.
That's what I did to get by back in the day. That's how it was. You live in a fantasy land. Oh, why don't you sit around and enjoy? Why don't you just sit here smoking a doob, drinking a scotch?
That's what he did.
Right? Just fucking,
He drank every night. He admitted it. He admitted that he drank. What? This man's brain is gone. It doesn't exist. It's all just empty space up there. And like a bunch of cockroaches at typewriters that just fucking vomit words out.
Feeding yourself grapes, playing some game that you like, just sit around. Oh, someone's talking in the chat. Fuck them. You don't feel like talking about to them. This is your enjoyment time. Stream it. You'll be a millionaire. What are you talking about?
That's what he used to do too.
What reality does that work?
He used to stream and didn't talk to anybody.
None of that works. What you just said is insane. The Blimp, I see your comments. I just want to let you know because the Blimp keeps posting and I'm not responding directly to the Blimp. The Blimp is saying too much fighting game stuff. Fair enough. Street Fighter will stay in the rotation. That's the reason why I didn't play Tekken and Street Fighter together because I already knew that would be overload. And here's the funny part. You say fighting game stuff. You actually think Multiverses is like a serious fighting game.
It's a fighting game.
It like that.
It's a fighting game.
Fun party
it's a fighting game.
But
it's still a fighting game.
In it. To you see that as like a fighting game and you get turned off. I hear you. So if that's the case, if literally we are dropping multiverses right now, then we're dropping multiverses. And it sucks. Again, I like the game, but if it's not working already after 2 streams and people want me to do other stuff, I'm down for that. Okay? There you go. Kogi says, I think chat derails too often. By the time you catch it, the chat dies. People interested in talking about the game left or stopped talking. We need more moderators. Here's the problem with that. More moderation means Nazi Germany. We're all living in Nazi Germany, and you control too much, and you destroy your content, right? Lack of moderation means, oh, now no one can talk. It's like, so where's the happy medium? Because I've been on both sides of this.
Yeah, but never on the medium.
People used to literally complain all the time that I had too many mods. Now, as you can see, I don't have that much moderation. And people seem to like that more, right? They do. They seem to like it more when there's more open conversation. But you're right.
Chat needs to be on lockdown. Yep. Yep. Sure.
The streamer, I'm playing a game. I'm not always 100% paying attention to chat. So I agree with you
Isn't
there.
Getting tips
maybe
instant
more moderation or that would be a little better. But to me, I'm okay right now.
Did you get rid of that?
With how chat's been. As long as people flag the issues that are going on, I can take care of them. The problem also is, again, you have to understand it's very hard to pick dependable people to be mods these days because a lot of people have literally set themselves up to try to become a mod and just be an asshole. We've had people like that the last couple of years. Oh, supposed to be a dependable person, a nice person in the community. They pretend to be someone they're not, and then they fucking end up being a troll and they try to fuck everything up for everybody. So really, we've scaled back the moderation on purpose to avoid those kind of situations. I hear what you're saying though, I really do, and I feel like we can work together. I don't think the solution is get more mods. I think the solution is work together as a community to figure out how to stop the derailment. So if I'm playing a game that's supposed to be fun and chat's being derailed, just tell me.
Checking
right?
The time.
Tell me, tag me in the chat so
I'm
I can
technically
and then
working.
we can get it back on track. I feel like that's a better avenue than let's flood the chat with mods who just fucking delete all the comments, right? Okay.
Yeah, he wants his community. Where was it? I think somebody said there was something about snitching. I don't want to go back. I don't want to hear that shit again. If you allow it to be the community to be self-regulating, then you just have people ganging up on each other potentially. What's Derek's stance on this? Yeah, I don't know, man. You probably should have mods and like have like guidelines. But can we allow sports talk but ban drug talk? I don't know. It's like this. All of this is a fucking shit show.
So here's the thing. Do we get rid of multiverses? Yes or no? Here, let's do a poll.
Still talking about it. Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay. Do we continue with multiverses or not?
So he voted for himself. He voted for himself, right? Like, did I see that correctly? So he's involved in the voting.
Please vote in the poll, okay?
Oh my god.
It's going to be a lot harder for me to judge on Hades 2 because I really like that game, and I'm on the fence about it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's up to you guys, but I'm also going to be involved in the voting. Even though I say it's up to you, I'm going to be involved. I'm going to add a vote to what I want. Jesus Christ, man.
I don't know. I really like it. I want to keep playing it, but man, last night's stream, like literally last night, we had maybe 10 people who were talking in chat. It was all regulars, by the way, which I was happy to see the regulars there. But like maybe 2 people were even talking about the game. And
this is the thing. Trolls are going to vote not to drop it. Trolls, talking about trolls, he literally did it himself.
The regulars were just there to kind of hang out, which is fine. But there was an active conversation. There was basically a lot of disengagement. You know, it was disappointing. It was definitely disappointing. Okay? So I want more people to show up, and I want more people to hang out.
Democracy with 90% of the voters are trolls, right? Sure.
That's a good point. As you can tell, right now, idiots just showed up to artificially vote in the poll. You can tell because the poll was about 60%, 70% drop it, and then all of a sudden we just saw a surge in uptick because some idiot who's restreaming me just told people to come and vote in the poll the other way.
I have no evidence of that.
So now all of a sudden it's up to 53% continue, and I would guarantee you that voting will continue to go in that trend as more morons come in from a restreamer, right? I'm not stupid. So the poll basically said to drop it in around a 60 to 70% vote until the trolls started voting like morons because they always want to try to vote in a way that hurts me.
He voted to continue it himself. He voted, I think. Unless that was Snort. I might be wrong. It could have been Snort. I'm not 100%. But either way.
All right. So if that's the case, and we drop multiverses, we need a new day stream because right now day streams are Fallout 4, the React show, and in the next week there'll be less day streams because 2 of the day streams will be taken by reacting to these events. There's going to be the Summer Game Fest on Friday and then the Xbox event on Sunday. So particularly this next week actually won't be that bad, but we do need a game in there, all right, that is going to fill the gaps until Elden Ring. Or at least until that other game, too. Still Stands the Deep or something, I think it's called, which is that horror game that I want to check out. I think that comes out on the 18th. And I'll be checking that out for sure because it looks interesting. But outside of that, we need something else. Is it System Shock Remake? If that's the case, I'm down for that. I got to figure out where it is and how much it costs and everything because I don't even know. I haven't looked into it yet. But I'd be down for System Shock Remake.
It's on Steam.
If that's the case.
You can look into it right now.
But if that's not it, then what's the answer? Because we actually have with the schedule the way it's laid out, Tuesday we need something new for the day stream. Okay? Oh, excuse me.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah. I'd like feedback there, all right? In regards to that. But is it System Shock? And some people are saying play Paper Mario. You have to understand, I'm not looking for a game that's going to be a 50-hour RPG that's going to take months to beat. I'm looking for a game to fill the gap until Elden Ring
Paper
comes
Mario
out.
games that long? I
and
don't
by
think
the way,
they're
it's
that
going
long.
to be alternated with other games. It's not just the main game I play every day. You have to understand that. Like, this will kind of be like the back burner game.
It's a back burner game. Why does it matter then? Play whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door is a game that I do want to play eventually. I don't think that's the solution right now. I feel like that's a whole different situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's going to work. So here's the question. Is System Shock Remake going to perform better than Multiverses? A game that's a remake of the game from the 1990s that's already been out for a year on PC and just got ported to console. Is that going to perform better than the brand new Multiverses game?
Why don't you figure it out?
We really believe that.
Why don't you play it and figure it out? Because your fans obviously don't like Multiverse. And if you buy it on Steam... Well, is he going to play it on console or is he going to play it on Steam? I don't... Jesus Christ, man.
And if the answer is no, then what? Then what am I doing? This is the problem, is we don't have an answer because there's no good fucking games.
You're
Let's just be
incapable.
honest with each other.
You're incapable.
There's no good fucking games out right now.
There's good games. There's a lot of good games. There's a lot of good games. You're incapable of doing any of your own research. Fuck, man, you can play games that you missed from like a year or two ago. Like, you know what I mean? Like, most people have a backlog of games. I'm looking at my wall right now, and I have so many goddamn games that I have to get through. Like, this is why I was like, oh, I don't know if DSP really should be considered like a quote-unquote gamer. I think he's just trying to fucking co-opt this, I guess, lifestyle or whatever, to just make money off of it. I don't think he doesn't give enough of a shit to look into stuff.
There's just not. Sorry. Most of the games out are remakes, rehashes. These studios are not putting out big experiences anymore. The ones that try literally make games that feel like 10 other games you've already played. It's a sad state right now. That's the problem. We don't have the big games anymore, right?
I mean, Final Fantasy was supposed to be a big game, so as far as I know.
How long is System Shock Remake, by the way? Because I've never played it. I don't know how long of a game it is. And by the way, I got a lot of shout-outs to do, which we're going to do in a minute. But as you can see, we had something to discuss that was pretty important, right? We have to figure this out. It sounds to me like people are just done with multiverses, right? They just want me to play other stuff. I'm okay with that, but I need to know what it is. Because it can't be Fallout every day.
This conversation, this whole rant didn't need to be an hour. He repeated himself multiple times throughout this entire thing. It did not need to be this long. This could have been resolved in 20 minutes if he didn't feel the need to insult people, criticize them, criticize people unrelated to him, his community, his chat, trolls. All of this could have been resolved in 20 minutes. He could have been like, hey guys, you know, I noticed Multiverse and Hades aren't doing so well, so I'm going to change it up. This is what he could have had, something like already like in the pipeline, being like, I'm thinking about doing this, or I'm thinking about doing that. Please let me know what you think, and then fucking moved on with his day. But the dude spent an hour and 12 minutes, maybe less, maybe more, I'm not sure, of just this bullshit. And I've reacted to this for an hour and 26 minutes. So let's keep going. Please, I want this to end.
And it can't be Street Fighter every stream. You know, we gotta have other stuff to fill in the gaps. Ooh, it's 20 hours long? Oh, that's surprising. I didn't realize it was that long. Okay, that's pretty good length. That's about the length of a game I'm looking for right now to fill in the gaps until Elden Ring.
He'll probably hate System Shock. System Shock has a lot of narrative, at least from like
what I've been, the Bloom said.
At least from what I've been experiencing. A lot of like there are like narrative points in audio logs that you got to listen to that kind of like tell you where to go. It's not a very hand-holdy game, so I don't know if he would really enjoy it.
For me, the best playthroughs you do are Soulsborne or late night horror style. Maybe go back and redo something. I could do that. Any survival horror games you guys want to see me replay? Maybe. Just for fun, just for a little bit of variety until something else comes out, right? I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm down for that too. You know me, I love survival horror. I'm always down for survival horror or something like that. But what would it be? What would people want to see?
Why don't you look into it? If you're such a fan of survival horror, why don't you fucking look into these games? Why don't you branch out and look into stuff? There's so many goddamn like horror games that my my girlfriend watches. Like just different YouTubers. That's all they do. That's like their whole YouTube channel is just different horror games, short horror games, long horror games. That's it. But like, those are people that I believe when they say I have a passion for this. DSP doesn't. He could probably name like 3 horror games: Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Alone in the Dark, maybe. I'm not a big horror guy myself, but I know that there's a good variety of games. I know he played Signalis, which was a great game, but there's like a bunch of indie games you could be playing. Like, horror is big in the indie scene. Like, figure it out, please, yourself. Be an adult. Fucking figure it out. Yeah, just sit there and pick at your disgusting skin.
What was that game? Isn't there a game out right now that plays like a PS1 survival horror game that people said they wanted to see me play? Right? People had mentioned this recently. They said it was like a game that looks like a PS1 horror game, plays like a PS1 horror game, and it's like a throwback homage game that people might want to see me play. Crow Country? Crow County? What's it called? People don't even know the name of it. Crow Country?
What do you mean people don't know the name of it? 2 people are saying it. Signalis, that's old. He played that. Crow Country. Jesus Christ, now I'm... Crow Country. There's another person saying Crow. People don't even know the name of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people have said it. Signalis is an older game that DSP did play.
What is that? What is that, and how do you play it? Like, where is it available?
Oh my fucking
Murder
God.
House I know about. That was one that people had nominated a few years ago for Halloween, but it didn't make it in. Tormented Souls is great, and I played it and loved it, and the playthrough did well a couple years ago. Pro Country is Steam. Would it run on my mini PC? It's also on PS4? PS5? Okay, do we want to do that? This Crow Country game? I'm down for something different. We want variety and mix stuff up. Slaughterhouse for TurboGrafx? Yeah, I do remember that. That was the one where you played the killer. You played the chainsaw wielding, hockey mask wearing guy. Remember that? Yeah, I remember that. No, I'm not saying that's instead of System Shock. We're talking this out. Crow Country, unfortunately, it's cost $600. Oh, darn. $600 to play Crow Country. Damn. Let's see here. By the way, I have to get to shout-outs because we have to end this show so I can do my react show.
Yeah, it is Crow Country.
Let's see here.
It is Crow Country. I'm looking it up myself. I have this, I think, wish list on Steam. It looks pretty good. I've actually seen some stuff of this in a couple of artist groups that I'm in. I don't know if it's necessarily the dev posted it, but yeah, it looks cool. It looks like a cool game.
It is $20.
And if it's on Steam and you play for 2 hours or less than 2 hours, you can return it if you don't like it.
$20.
I don't know if I have the money for that, guys. Gotta order DoorDash. Gotta feed my hog. You know what I mean?
The year is 1990.
Oh my god, dude. This man plays with his face and his clothes
So it's relatively new, too. When did it come out? It's not too old. I can't find the release date, but it came out recently. May 9th. It just came out. It's relatively new.
Is this how it ends?
Okay.
Is this how it ends?
That's sounding interesting. And it's $20.
Let me
What
jump
are
ahead.
multiverses for now, right? Options, I feel.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Right?
Still talking about multiverses?
System Shock Remake is $40. Yikes, why is it so expensive? Shout-outs and then end the show.
I gotta
So we
speed
don't
it
have
up. I'm
time
sorry.
To first out. I'm out of time for now.
Okay.
Let's discuss over the next day or two and figure this out.
Oh my fucking
right?
god.
And go from there. I'm down for these new games. I'm down for something different, to mix up the content, to do more variety the next few weeks. And by the way, like I said, next week we're all right. We have a lot of shout outs to do. Let's start with the super chat. Luke, if you're saying the clips suck, question of the whole idea of the react show is that it's interactive. Stab at that one today. This is a whole different discussion of the whole idea of the react show is that it's interactive and people pick the clips. If you're saying the clips suck, there's not. How do you blame me? I'm not picking the clips. That's not the premise of the show. And by the way, before you say we'll change the show, that's the only income that channel gets, is the show. People who become a member for that show.
Who gives a shit?
You understand?
It shouldn't be about the money.
The show, I make no money on the channel. I might as well not use the channel anymore.
Yeah, you might as well
That's
not.
not the solution.
You might as well
That's
not.
something to discuss for a different day. Today I was more concerned with the game rotation, not with the react show. We can talk about the react show later. Okay. Jordan gifted a whole bunch of memberships. Congratulations to what? Kevin Kiesau. All got gifted memberships this morning. Be sure to thank Jordan for that. And Jordan, thank you for the support. The Blimp, 2 months as a member, says, dude, run some polls. We did, and you saw what happened. Jordan also did another super chat. Staps, 5 months as a member, says, go on a honeymoon. We would support it. We got Jasper. It's like we can't do anything right now. It's something we'd like to do. It's just not in the cards right
It's never gonna
now.
happen.
We can't do it.
As
Even
I
if we
said,
have the money to do it, we got
never gonna
Jasper.
fucking
So we
happen.
can't do it.
No,
Mind you
shut
and
the
take
fuck up.
flight. Thank you. Jordan did another super chat, says, please do a nice stream of Stardew Valley. I think we should stream,
Shut
so maybe
up.
we will do that soon. We'll do it as a late night chill stream for variety.
God, his face. What are you
Gustavo Fring
constantly
did a super
picking
chat
at?
and says, hello, my name is Gustavo Fring. That's fascinating. Thank you, Gustavo Fring, for telling us that your name is Gustavo Fring. By the way, anyone feel like some chicken right now? Thank you, Gustavo. And then Shao Kahn Artist.
I don't get that. I don't get that.
36
reference.
months as a member, earning that Diamond Crown. Has just seen the Silent Hill 2 remake trailer today. What did you think? I'm curious. Everyone seems to be...
I just realized, I hope that my audio, like when I talk over him, doesn't get washed out. So, I've been dual recording my audio. I'm hoping that it doesn't get fucked up. We'll see what happens.
Different opinion about it. All right, so now, tips. First tip of the day. $30 tip from Jordan, who says, sorry I couldn't support Hades 2. I hurt my back. I was in tons of pain. I'm sorry to hear that you were in tons of pain. That really, really sucks. I know as someone who's had
I don't care.
feels, I hope that you feel better, Jordan. Thank you for the tip.
Don't care.
Tip. From the friendly gremlin. I love multiverses, but the chat during the stream was negative. I agree with you. I did not like how that was going at all.
His face, man, constantly
but at the
picking
same
on. I don't know.
time,
I might just
I will
dump
agree with you.
this.
I'm playing the game as someone who literally didn't listen to a word I said.
Oh.
This is hilarious. I got a dollar tip of someone who literally didn't listen to a word I said.
Right, okay,
Because
go
complaining
ahead.
to your audience about money 6 days a week is a bad look and it's going to turn off your audience. Who complained about money on this podcast? You didn't listen to a fucking word I said. You believe what you want because you're a toxic jerk. This is not about money. It's about putting out streams people want to attend and engage.
Right, and what is
Do
engagement?
content
Payments,
people want.
money.
I'm not streaming for myself. I'm streaming for an audience. I need to be doing streams that people want to attend.
All right,
You're an asshole.
Yeah,
because
so
you
is
have
your
to try to
mother.
say something that's completely false. Literally, I'm not in dire straits financially. No one ever said that. Don't put words into my mouth, you fucking disingenuous jackass. Thanks for the dollar tip.
Yeah, ironic. Someone disingenuous.
I received a $2 tip. Here we go again. Would you shut up about support? Literally, we're not talking about support. You're a disingenuous jackass. Kiss my ass. Love people like that.
Fuck
They
your
just-
mother.
Again, they only hear what they want to
How
hear.
about that?
Literally, this is not a single complaint about that. This is about me trying to
Touching
connect
your
with the audience
face,
and know what
touching
you
your
guys want to
face,
see, so I can put out
constantly
streams
touching
you
your
attend and
face.
enjoy. I'm not sure you want to do stuff you want. That's okay then. I'm okay with that. That's legit feedback at least, right? What you're saying is literally a lie. I didn't even say that at all. You're a fucking asshole.
Yeah. I fucking hate this guy so much.
But again, last night on the Daily Wrap, massive thumbs down.
Jesus
massive
fucking
crap.
Christ.
You think that, wow,
Oh, wait, what's
the
this?
audience, and I need positive, interesting, legit feedback. That's, wow. If you think that that's bad, talk to the audience, you are a coddled little brat. You think that everything should be about instant gratification, and everyone should just kiss your butt and hold your hand and tie your shoes for you.
This is fucking ironic. This, oh my god, the levels of fucking irony here. Jesus Christ, they're off the charts.
You put out a little ribbon on your neck and spruce you up, comb your hair for you, Sonny, because you can't do it yourself, right?
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you actually fucking kidding me? Mister, my mom combed my hair until I was like 15 or something like that. Are you serious right now?
That's who you are. What the fuck are you talking about? Because I speak to you like an adult, like a human, and honest. Hey, I want honest feedback. Let's make streams you guys want. Oh, how dare you speak to me like that? What the fuck, dude? Hold on, your mom's coming with your ice cream cone in a few seconds, all right? She'll be in the door to wipe your ass after you shit, too. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, why don't you call your dad to come fix your house? Why don't you call your dad to come fix all the broken shit in your home like he did with your air conditioning? Why don't you have your parents come and show you how to do laundry again? Or something, whatever happened last time. Or they helped you trim the bushes away from like the exhaust vent or whatever the hell they did because you're incapable of doing anything yourself. You fucking loser.
Unreal, these people. Sarah tipped $1. It says you're at your best when you play or react to things you enjoy. Not force yourself to play and watch what others want. It's frustrating to see you drop what you enjoy because of negatives, complainers, and trolls. Sarah, again, as I become older and wiser and more mature,
You're not
I have
wiser
to
or more
understand
mature.
that in life you can't just do what you want all day. You can't. As much as this is a hobby as it is a job for me, and as much as I enjoy doing this, I don't have the luxury of 24/7 doing the things I want to do. I have to adjust to what the
Oh my God,
I'm
dude.
playing multiverses, and the majority of chatters are complaining the game's a big problem.
So over.
You can't just rely on, one person may come by the stream and no. Aren't you supposed to keep people riveted with your commentary?
You are.
If people don't show up to hear the commentary.
The
because of
people
game
that
I'm
were
playing,
there-
I can't make it entertaining.
The people that were there, you should have been entertaining. The people that did decide to show up and give you their time should have been entertaining. I might tap out of this. I'm at like the end of my patience. I'm tired of just repeating myself because all he does is repeat himself. Like reading the chats from like an hour ago. Now it's just a fucking constant repetition.
Do you understand? I can't. It's a good time. Oh, tonight I'm going to play Hades 2. 170 viewers.
It's better than 0.
What's the difference between those two streams? What's the key factor? To want to show up. So what I do is a good game. Come to the stream.
All right, and then clown mode.
What the fuck are you talking about? An anonymous tipper tipped me $1 and says, "How long has the Chun-Li animation been around? Have you finally got
All right,
now?
who
Not a month
cares?
yet.
Who cares?
Oh, first. Oh no. I literally got the worst. Oh no.
What is happening?
Oh. By the way, the schedule's outdated. I forgot to update it. And expecting people to show up in droves and engage and support is laughable. Normal people are out spending time with their families and friends on Saturday. It's the weekend.
That's
I know
true.
you don't have friends to spend time with in real life, but most normal people do.
That's
why
true.
you had 200 viewers.
That's true. Valid.
The reason that there was low attendance and engagement on last night's Hades 2 stream is because it was Saturday and people have lives and better things to do than watch people on the internet.
Yeah.
Because as you know, last night, Saturday, June 1st, absolutely no one on the internet got any viewership whatsoever. It was a dead night for everyone. I mean, let me tell you.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know what other streamers pull in, but I mean, I would assume maybe weekends they can expect a little bit lower attendance than normal. Like, I guess it depends on like what time you're streaming and like when you're streaming, or like where in the world that you're streaming, like what your audience is. Like if they're more like if they're from Europe or North America or Asia, like all that plays factors. But of course, like DSP just writing everything off like usual. I'm pretty much done with this. This is I'm kind of at the end of this. I got to see how this turned out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, clown mode. Yep.
I can't get over it. I can't.
Look at the. Look. Oh man, look at this. This is a great face right here.
God, I can't get over it.
This fucking fake
I can't
laugh.
get over it. I think this person actually was being serious too. That's the sad. I think they were actually being serious.
Your life is sad.
Holy. It's the React show over on DSP. Retro React over on DSP. Hades 2.
All right, I'm done. I'm done with him. All right. Yeah, that was it. I hope the audio turns out great. It probably won't. But yeah. If I do another video relatively soon, it probably won't be like this. I thought there was going to be more to this than there was. There's just a lot of repetition, which kind of pisses me off that I spent almost 2 hours of my time now reacting to it, just constantly repeating himself and all that. And yeah. All right. Anyway, bye.